came looking for me. The other day, I saw someone saying, "Oh, Patrick Osoi is a counterintelligence person." Fine, I was working for the National Intelligence Service, but I'm not working there anymore. And two, I am obligated as a patriot Kenyan to bring the light to the Kenyan people and how we can be able to rescue ourselves, because we are enslaved, or we are enslaved in our own country. And I also said that is on May, and I told people, Kioti, if you remember, I told people I never started talking about presidents when we started doing the Mandamano. I started May this year. And I told people, you need to check the history and the intentions of people who want even leadership in this country. Not just waking up and wanting leadership in this country. The war that we want to engage in, and I want to assure you guys, is a war that we need to be very committed. We need to have a structure even before anything else. How do we even operate? How do we even manage our finances? How things are taken? We need professionals who can manage resources and things that we want to partake. Let me tell you, we will win the war. But as long as we want to work anonymously, the war cannot be won. In the meantime, I want us to think, if today we were to attack the person who in this case is not the intermediary people who are attacking us. In this case, the intermediary people I'm calling are the police officers. These people are not the enemies that we are looking for. They are not the people we want to attack. They are people we want to attack. Can we sit down, analyze, and see who are these people? Can we individually look for these people? Let me tell you, that is when the war will have been effective and started. I was among the people when we were in the space and told people, please, if we are getting to reject the finance bill, I remember I told people, please, let us not allow these people to get to the parliament to pass the bill. Because if they pass the bill, then we will have lost our objective. And people argued a lot about it, and they felt like I was either against them. Keotia, you remember these things. And I want to clearly to tell Kenyans, we're still not there. Somebody has said, most of the people are not still there. The pain is not yet there. When the pain, when a slave does not speak, you are not supposed to empathize on that slave, because still he needs that life. Can we begin, or can we now come out and say, what are the objectives of our demonstration tomorrow? What are the objectives? Who are the objectives? What is to be the objective? Let us not even go to the properties. Let us go to individuals. Let us not go to government installations and whatever. They have nothing to do with us. Let us go to individuals. When we individualize this war, then the war will have started. Two, I want to say something that might be very, very, very tricky. And I know most of us here, and even our people in the service, the National Intelligence Service, you're listening, but it's okay. But this is the thing. I want you to think, KOT, if today we decided to have police officers and the military in the payroll, as the citizens of this country, we have 25 million Kenyans who are in employment. Can we be able to set up an office? And that is why I've said we must have to set a structure. Can we mobilize funds into an extent that we are calling to say that we are going to pay the police officers and military who are going to follow the rule of the law? And whoever want to work for Kasongo, they'll be paid this. And we pay them better than Kasongo. When I speak such kind of language, somebody might begin to think like, what? This is treason, or this is 1, 2, 3. But let me tell you, the consequences of fear are so much than going forth. When you have fears in your life, you are actually exposing yourself to diseases that come with fear. It is better to walk with no fear, and nothing will ever happen. But the moment you have fears in life, you might actually die out of that fear. You might actually die out of another disease out of that fear. So the consequences that comes with fear are more grievous than those people who are courageous in life. I've never been a coward. I've never been silent to speak what my mind. I've never been silent to talk what is the truth and what I believe is the right thing since I was a young soldier. I've been confined in the military, in the military police because of speaking out. And it never stopped me. I told most of the police officers of military people, listen to me. I was seconded actually to work for the National Intelligence Service because of my courage. The general sat down and realized and resigned from the forces. And they said, if you want things to be done the right thing or the right way or with no nonsense, look for Patrick Osoy. And I was employed. I never applied for that job. What I'm trying to imply to the people, the consequences of us fearing is more grievous than when we decide to take courage. And I want to leave you with something else. You better prepare for 45 minutes to fight for 5 minutes than to fight for 45 minutes because you prepared for 5 minutes. This thing, and I say it again, it is not about demonstration, it's about war. It is war. And if we are not ready for the war, we better think twice. And I want us to engage in another level. Myself and other people who've been here, and any other person who's listening to me, myself as a professional in security, as a security expert, can I mobilize the ex-soldiers, ex-police, and ex-people to be part of this movement? Can you, KOT, with your expertise, whatever expertise can you mobilize your line of expertise for us to gang up together and see how we can do? Because this guy is a no-nonsense guy. I mean, I always tell people, I have sat in a round table with William Samuel Ruto. People think they know Dr. William Ruto. I'm telling you, you guys, you don't know who the guy is. This guy is more than you see him. I want to tell you, he will smile on the face, but on the other hand, he will slay you. And for me, I will tell them, I'm always free. My phones are always free. If you want to send abductors, unless you send a whole artillery to come for me, I will slay you myself. That is what I want to say. And then again, I'm going to this. I've been very silent, but I want to say I also want to mobilize very skilled people. If there be any abduction, any information, we are going to stop it at the doorstep. And that is what I think as a patriot Kenyans, as a patriot Kenya, I can do to use my expertise to make sure the connection that I've been able to gain in the US and other places. I want us to use it. What do we want to use it to? We need to make sure that this guy does not travel anywhere out of this country. How do we do that? We need to sit down, strategize, and get to know how can this guy be barred even from traveling out of this country because of criminal acts of humanity that is acting in this country. So we need to elevate our war to even international level. Can we meet tomorrow and decide, let's not just go the demonstration? Can we have an international presser calling for international, we call them by names, to come for the rescue and bar the Kenyan person and the Kenyan president as this and this and this that. Because what we are talking about and what people have been talking about, we are talking about crimes and crimes that have been committed in this country. And this is very capital crimes. And they have been committed from the top, from the State House. So what I'm saying is that we need to embrace this war beyond the borders of this country. We need to engage this war more than any other before. And people need to be ready to have a structure. And I said I will not trust anybody. I'm sorry to say that in matters of saying we are consolidating funds and all that. Without structures, please, we are not going anywhere. We must have a structure. I am, for myself, I will say I'm fearless. And there's nothing, I've not died in the battlefield. I've not died when I was dealing or doing very critical missions for this country, for Al Shabaab and other people. I never died. So it is not now that I'm dying, and I'm not dying. That is what the spirit need to get into you guys and say that we need to engage. Let us not just engage in a constitution manner. I've told you the guy does not understand the rule of law, does not understand and does not follow your constitution. So how else can we do? We need to be beyond whatever is there. I'm sorry to look a little bit harsh, or even to be a little bit militant. But I want to get that into you, the militant mindset of being selfless, the militant mind to know that I am going for the war and this is my objective. This is what I want from this war. I don't just want to be on the street, but I want to make sure that the objective has been met. What is the objective of me getting out of the house? What is the objective of us going into this direction? And I've told you, right now, I think if you see on my wall and all that stuff, I was like yesterday, for example, I was with the for example, somebody like Kashagwa. I've been with people like SKM. I've been with people from the ODM. And people to ask me, what are you doing with these people? And I want to tell you, when you're engaging in this war, you need both the small enemies and unnecessary enemies that you're not fighting to fight the big enemy. We have to be inclusive in this war. We have to include even the people that we know they are small enemies to help us get where we want to get. The small enemies have more information about the big enemy. How can we incorporate everybody in this war? That is the language that we need to speak. Tomorrow we have these people. I was planning to wake up early in the morning to go and see. I think Umtata has been transferred again from Gigiri, I think, to maybe some place in Kamukoji. I don't know how that true is, but I'll find out. But what I'm saying that we need, and I want to say and to submit to everybody here. Patrick Osoi, I'm not known to Kenyans. Patrick Osoi is known to the people that are fighting and trying to demean people in this country. And they know I'm a no-nonsense person. Even the president of this country, Dr. William Ruto, knows that. And when I declared to become or to want to become the president of this country in May, I got a lot of, actually it was last year. I did a video. I want people to watch a video I did in Washington, D.C. last year, and what I said about what this country was. I remember there some time I began talking about the attacks and terrorist attack that was happening in the country and why they were happening at that given time. These people do not care about the life of only 50 people dying, 100 people dying, 1 million people dying. They always say, even if 3 million or 5 million people, Kenyans die, we have 45 million left. So these people, I want you to understand, they do not care about the life of any of us here. So, and that is why it is very paramount for us to have a structure of war. And I'm sorry, and whatever they want to do, for me, I told them I'm open. Come for me, but come for me very prepared. Otherwise, I'm going to do for you something you've never seen. And that is the spirit I want us, or each of us, to do. And if there be any police officer, ex-police officer, listen to me. All the young, listen to me here. Please, inbox me. Why? We need to bring our security unit and security forces mind together. Our primary role is to protect, not to protect individuals, not to protect the interests of individuals, but to protect the interests of Kenyans, to protect Kenyans. That is what we call the national security. The national security or sovereignty of the people is the most important thing. So let us not be fooled by these people thinking that they are going to do something peculiar than what we have. Police officers have been demeaned in this country since 2012. They were supposed to be paid good monies, but these politicians, they decided not to pay them, saying that these people, if are paid money, they are not going to obey. Police officers and people listening to us here, please, you need to understand, you are not anywhere in this arithmetic of these politicians. Not just, I don't want to call them politicians. You're not in anywhere in a people, killers, assassins, and all those kind of people. You're not. And what, again, we want to focus on as leaders with solution-based mind. It's not leaders who are coming to give us stories. Ruto is planning to do this and this and this. Then what? We are planning to do demonstration tomorrow. Then for what? Can we have an objective plan, effective plan to do what we are supposed to take? And that is my submission. And I think by me talking like that, I'm not trying to do something beyond, but I want you to buy and have that mind, the mind of a soldier, the mind of being selfless, the mind of structure. And I want to train for you something before I rest my case. Even when you're fighting, in any fight, there's formations. When I was a soldier, when we were going for a fight, or even when we are passing an obstacle, even when we are approaching the police, or we want to cross an obstacle to go to our objective, even the formation on how you walk towards that obstacle, towards the obstacle before the objective matters a lot. So what I want to mean, and I will repeat again, and I will always repeat, we might not need leaders in this movement, but we must have to embrace formations and structures to minimize casualties, to minimize, or even to secure ourselves. That is what I want to submit to you guys. And if there be any question, anything, or anything to do with war, anything to do, I've been in war since I was 19 until I'm 30. Right now I'm 35 years. It's only 1 year. 1 year ago I retired from the US Army. I went to the special forces in this country. I finished 8 years in this country, went to the national intelligence in this country. I moved from here. I went to the US still to do about war. So I'm an expert in what I'm telling you. If you have to win this war, there must be a structure. And if you have to engage into a war, it is expensive. It is very expensive. And if it is expensive, we cannot anonymously say that we are going to send money here. But can we have a structure? Of this structure, we knowing that this is our accountant, this is our finance people. We need to call you for accountability when the war is done. How much money have we used? What was this money used for? One bit and bit. And there must be approvers, people to approve those funds to go be owed. And I want to say this because we are going to push this until 2027, whereby we are going to have mobilization of resources and be able to put leaders necessarily anywhere we want, and leaders that we think they mean well for this country. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to rest my case. And if there be any queries, anything, and or any kind of request or anything somebody would want to post to me, I'm ready. I will always be ready. And my silence when I'm just silence, is because I know when I speak, I'm not just a mere person speaking. Even the government, if I do a presser tomorrow, for example, I know the government will know this is now a war that we might not win. One, because I know a lot of things. In one way or the other, there are things that we know that they fear. And these are the things and that is why we need to embrace people from the professional point of view. So ladies and gentlemen, KOT, I want to appreciate you again sana sana. Hata kama miaka 35 manzeni, nimesikia watu wengine wakisema manzeni ilikuwa shule miaka fulani, kasema kumbe mimi nimekuwa mbaba. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to rest my case. And then again, let us have a cluster. Let us work together. Let us have a well-coordinated arrangement and war. And we are going to win. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Patrick. Hey, wewe ni mbaba bana. Acha nikwambie ukweli. Wewe ni mbaba because mimi nikizaliwa we were in your adolescent stage. Ulikuwa sijui 12 ama 10. Ulikuwa ushaanza kusumbua tusichana pale primary. So wewe ni mbaba, na tunashukuru sana nyinyi wa baba pia kukuja hapa kutu encourage sisi vijana wadogo. So yeah, of course, if you are 35 and I'm 24, then the age difference is 11. And a good young man mwenye ako na machachari sana wanaingia adolescent stage at the age of 10, if I'm not wrong. 10 actually. Sasa wewe Patrick, wewe ni mbaba na tunashukuru sana. So guys, I think we are having like 8 minutes remaining because hata mimi nafaa kupumzika bwana. Siku ngapi hivi sijapumzika honestly. Na co-host wangu alishachoka, wametoroka, wameenda, so we just have to listen to the remaining speakers alafu we go. But I'm still appealing to you guys that I'm requesting you to help me print the posters for tomorrow, and that's why I make up your number. And if you want that accountability for that, you can always ask me, because hiyo number ikwangi personal number, hiyo ni ya kazi nyingine. And then Patrick here, I also concur with you. We need formations. Mimi sijui watu watajitokeza wanataka kuunda hizo formations. I really don't know, because mimi spendi uchokozi hapa na pale, sijui I want this, I want that. I'm always on my own. Nikiamua naenda right na hakuna mtu anaweza nibadilisha akili yangu. That's how I am. So we really need that affirmations. So hiyo namba iko hapo, sio pesa yangu ya kukunywa maji ama chai. We need placards, because were it not for placards, today's protest haingekuwa successful. And I got 200 placards ndio tulikuwa nazo hapa. So you can imagine the nini taambiaje, you can imagine the impact ya hizo placards zenye zilikuwa, because now people were expressing their feelings even through those placards, because walikuwa wanazinua juu. So tomorrow when we are going to Milimani I mean Supreme Court, we need to have them. So just take your time, yote nbobi yako sio kidogo sana. Just share on that number. Hiyo namba inakuanga haikuangi yangu personal, inakuanga shughuli kama hizi, so that when people come up with our stories, you want you to account, I always account for that. So I'm requesting for that, na si ati nini, because watu tunafanya hii kazi, si ati kuna mtu anatupatia pesa ama anafanya nini. Kama ingekuwa ni kutupea pesa, mimi hata ningekuwa nishajenga kwangu, nishanunua shamba, and I'm just here trying to ensure that we're bringing change in our nation. So we're having less than like 10 minutes hivi. Mimi honestly I want to rest, because bana hata saizi nakaa hivi nasikia tu kwa masikio ni kama nasikia matia gas na kelele za streets. But tomorrow we need to go back. So thank you so much, Patrick. There is this guy amekuwa hapa sana, anaitwa Opio. Niaje? Can you have some 2 minutes then we rest?
Hello, can you hear me, Kyoto?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, so I just have 2 things to say. Rather one, I think I've heard Patrick very well. And on top of formation, I think unajua the issue with us here is huku kwa space tuko wengi, we really talk much, we say a lot wenye kutakuwa, but kwa ground we live like few people to do this, you know. So I think kama watu wanaamua watoke, yeah, because hii inatumiza sote, si ya mtu mmoja ama si a few. I had Kebasos talking, I think ilikuwa mchana, yeah, and he was really complaining about this, and I think I feel the same. We really talk too much, but hata ukiangalia leo watu walikuwa kwa street, kuna watu walikuwa wanafanya shughuli zao. So if we say we need to get out, let's get out, all of us. I think that will help us. Thank you.
I like how you have spoken. Yes, people need to walk the talk, because if you don't walk the talk, bana mnakosea watu. But I'll start by saying the day was very successful, very, very successful. And in fact, I wanted to play you guys one of the songs somebody was teaching us. But anyway, I'm glad to hear KOD say he's tired, because honestly, I'm also tired. But definitely it was a successful day. Something else I need you guys to do for us: retweet. Go to my handle. I don't know why today Kibet is not getting retweeted. Retweet so that this hashtag end abduction KE trends at #1. Then you retweet for Kibet's brother, for Bernard, for Billy, for Moteti. Who else? Of course, Kibet I've mentioned. All the abductees, because we need them to be found. And I hope the lawyer has found the email for the IG of police. That's what the time I was on co-host and I was not speaking, I was trying to get the star number. but I think these people have disabled their website, and for that reason, I think we should be calling Kenya Police the indisciplined force, because the military has proven that they are a disciplined force. But for Kenyan Police, the way they even behave, I think we officially need to rename it to indisciplined force. I don't know who was next, but allow me to pick at random. Robert, have you spoken?
Not yet.
Okay, proceed.
But again, I don't have much. First of all, I appreciate each and everyone who is in this forum this evening. And what I must say is that today was successful. Only that the numbers that I really expected from what we speak, the numbers I really expected were not what I saw. However, the message was driven home, and we are in the course. However, we have those counties which never represented. I think most of it was in Nairobi, Embu. I saw Eldoret. I saw some other few towns. But then I don't know how we can work together and see how, when the impact is felt from all these 47 counties, then that is a major impact to even overwhelm the indisciplined forces, because at the end of the day, when we spread out kila mtu yuko pale, the number of police hawawezi tuweza, and we are not going for war, but again the more the turnout, the more pia hao wana pull back kidogo, because they also feel the impact of watu, and then the message now is able to be driven home. So I think we need to find a way, and maybe through getting people who can coordinate other counties, so that when the turnout, when we call for this demonstration, the turnout is felt. Otherwise, mine is not much. I feel like we are heading in the right direction. But again, one of the major things that is really killing my mind is that after this, what next? I feel we need also to think way forward as we approach 2025. We really need to look at how do we push again this system? How do we push this government for it to constitute a very stable IEBC? Because we cannot sit back and have a system whereby it's controlled like ni kama una control vitu kwa nyumba yako, ni kama una control bibi yako na watoto wako. We need to have systems moving. We've seen people pulled from other dockets to other dockets. We have by-elections which need to take place. We have vacancies which need to be covered. We really need to have a system in place as early as now, because again, tusipokuwa nayo mapema, we might end up having a very blank, when wakati tutakuja kuhitaji new voters in the system, wale majenzi wenye wanamaliza wakati tutataka wakuwe kwa ma ID, wakuwe kwa ma voters card, huenda ikakuwa challenge if this thing is prolonged for too long. I don't know if I'm making sense, but again, I think that is the direction we are heading. Otherwise, kudos to everyone. We really need to march forward. We really need directions. Let's share whatever we can and move forward. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Robert, for your contribution. Yes, more people need to turn up. And on the police, by the way, it's not all of them that are bad, but there are those who are just bad, who are indisciplined. But they were, because we got to talk to a lot of police today, and some were asking them, "Are you going to attack us?" They're saying, "No, as we're just looking out on this side," because I guess they're given areas where they're supposed to work from. Some are really nice, but now the problem is the majority. Okay, I don't know whether it's a majority, but some are horrible. Marcellus, talk to us.
Hello?
Marcellus, have you spoken? Okay. Rastafarian, talk to us.
the fireman, not the fireman. Okay, nothing.
Oh,
Bado
nimeona you
bado
fireman. Unajua unakuwaga rafiki yangu. I think I'm tired, man. I've inhaled that
yeah.
thing. I'm even unable to eat.
Okay, yeah, guys, yeah, nashukuru sana ya nothing kunipatia hiyo nafasi. KOT, you guys, kudos. Sina mengi sana na Robert ameongea hapo. Yeah, everything. Um, it's really I'm overwhelmed, and this time kitu ambacho nataka tu kusisitiza ni numbers, na tuwe na umoja, na wasaliti kijua au ni msaliti influencers wale ambao wanaweza kuingilia kwa movement wako, but yeah, we just have to soldier on. So me, as you guys know, Koti knows I'm behind the movement, although sometimes I don't speak much or I don't speak at all. Si bado tuko huku diaspora, ni baridi, tunapiga kazi. The whole day I've been following the development, though I've been working all day. Sasa niko kwa second shift, but yeah, kitu ambacho nataka tu kusisitiza ni vile KOT alivyo appeal na nothing. Guys, hizo posters hizo sio bure, and he's taking a lot, he's like, ni kama hii yani, yeah, sitaki kumpaka sana mafuta, but yeah, he's been the engine, he's driving us. So kudos for everyone. So mimi na support, na support already. So everyone please, hata kama ni shilingi 10, shilingi 20, yeah, let's just do that. Mimi nimetoa tu mfano already. I've done my part. So just pray for Kenya, for new Kenya. Hopefully soon we're gonna liberate our country. So kudos everyone. Let's keep on pushing, guys. We'll be behind the scenes, but yeah, if you are called to support, we are always here. So peace. Yeah, nashukuru sana. And yeah, God bless Kenya. Bariki Kenya na barikiwe kila mtu. The traitors always here, but yeah, what can we do? Let's soldier on. So asante sana kwa kunipatia mic. Yeah, nothing. God bless you guys. It's late there. So yeah, God bless. I yield the mic. Let's push on,
Thank you.
guys. Yeah, let's keep the fire burning. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Russ. Russ is a man of few words but big actions. There's that time KOT was arrested in Mombasa, and Russ uh, was at work committing to his next shift, but he kept following up because I started a space to try and get KOT. I was trying to coordinate with other people, find out if KOT was okay, but Russ was spot on. Kindly, guys, like KOT said, it doesn't work. You always make sure that we come live every day. He's a student, he just graduated. Kindly mtumieni hata za macho, support him. He's one guy who's always like, anytime there's something going on, KOT is on the spot. In fact, sijui when we need to send you on vacation. Allow me, guys, with great honors, to introduce my co-host, Book 10. Book 10 also, I've never I had a chance to co-host with Book 10, so it's a pleasure. And before Book 10 comes on board, kindly jameni watu mtoke kesho, msitoke, isikuwe story. I know there's a time that it was very brutal, but we prayed about this thing. Today was not as bad. Sijui ni kina nani walikuja kuchukua, but it was amazing. And guys, mnatuangusha. I think KOT can attest that there were so many ladies, so many girls, young people And even our parents, mbona mnakaa nini? Mnakaa nyumbani. I turned up, including with my grandmother. The whole family, we turned up today. So even nyinyi parents turn up. Without further ado, kindly retweet comrades wetu. Put those hashtag on my TL. Retweet until it's trending at #1. We don't want them to be forgotten. The least you can do is retweet. You're not being charged. Retweet too. If you go through my TL, all you'll see is free Kibet, free Billy, free this one, free all of them. Kindly do that for me. Book 10, talk to us.
Mkoaje? Manisikia?
We good. We good. Good to see you.
Yeah, just want to appreciate those who turned up today. Maandamano ilikuwa successful. Ladies walikuwa wengi, si kama siku zingine.
How do we make it? How do we demilitarize? How do we demilitarize? Well, that's the language we're talking about in Uganda now. We want to demilitarize our state. We have lived under these guys. We fear the gun, walk in fear, eat in fear, sleep in fear, do everything in fear. The guns are in the church. The guns are in schools. The guns are in nursery schools. The guns are everywhere. AK-47 in Uganda, you can think we're fighting. There's war 24/7. So we want to demilitarize, and you people are trying to militarize Kenya. We want to speak the same language with you people, and we're admiring the little effort we see you put up. That was actually, I don't think there's any. Yes, I will say kudos. Thank you for the show today. We're waiting to see tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I had Afro here. Oh, Afro, I'm really sorry. What's up? How are you? I can see you had dropped. I've mic'd you again. I'm seeing book 10 you were typing. Where's Afro? I've just mic'd him. Today our space is heavily compromised. So we are having certain challenges. I had book 10 as a co-host. He has dropped, but I think he's trying to communicate something. I encourage you Kenyans, turn up for your comrades, turn up for your country. Numbers is where the solution is. Numbers. Afrocentric. What's up? Talk to us.
Hey, comrades, Kenyans, patriots. It's very great, and thank you also, every speaker who has spoken tonight. Mugandi, who is encouraging us from across the border, who is seeing a lot of symmetry in the style of leadership that is creeping upon Kenya. We have had an encroachment of tyranny slowly creeping in since the elections were won by Kenya Kwanza. That is the ruling party, for those who are not Kenyans and who are listening to this piece, because the events which is happening in Kenya is of not only East African concern, but African concern and global concern. The whole world is now looking, is beginning to pay attention to what is going on in Kenya. Ruto has captured parliament, has gone for the judiciary now, that aka jury pesa, and has encroached on all these institutions that ensure the checks and balances and are operating. And now he has resorted to a chapter of Museveni, like our brother said here, abductions and disappearances. And your speech, by the way, Mukanda, really opened my eyes the other day when you said a lot of bodies have disappeared in the Lake Victoria. They have their abduction houses and torture houses. And once you don't make noise, they begin with one, you stay silent, they take another one, you keep quiet. They keep on going until fear has gripped the nation. And I'm telling you, when fear settles when we get paralyzed into inaction, into inertia, we become a ruled upon people. Someone said, I rather live in dangerous freedom than live in servitude and slavery, than peaceful slavery. Because how can we continue as Kenyans accepting that the rule of law is not being abided, is not followed by the executive? We have a paramilitary that is operating. The police say they don't know where these individuals are, and it's really baffling. And everyone who loves Kenya, a lot of Kenyans in the diaspora are outside looking in. A lot of Kenyans in the country and do not want it to go. And even the number right there, please, whatever you send, whatever you give, 100 shillings, 500 shillings, 1,000, and ask Mabonga, please buy a rope. Me, I'm for the rope strategy. The one Okia Mtata showed us. You know, Okia Mtata, when you investigate his life, he decided to fight for change alone. And he didn't have a group of people. He took himself and he changed himself to the fence. And he said he's not going. And someone sent a suggestion in my DMs and said that I should inform anyone who is planning to go to the demonstrations tomorrow that that same chain, imagine if everyone was linked and everyone just put that chain around their waist and then locked to the padlock, and we're not moving. And we just had a human chain of 50 people plus. It would be very difficult for the police or these rogue officers to put one of you into the truck, into their Land Rovers. So these are ideas. We have to evolve our tactics. We have to be water. We have to keep evolving until we get our brothers and our comrades freed. We are still knocking. Kibet Bull still held in Comunicado. Bernard Kivuli still held in Comunicado. Mwangi still missing. Peter Muteti still missing. Psychosins, Nairobian, all these Kenyans, and the number is growing every weekend. And I know we're in the holiday season, we're in the festive season, we're entering a new year, we're entering the new year under this cloud of darkness. But I believe, and you have to strongly believe, that 2025 will be the year that Ruto and his illegitimate regime fall. So these spaces, these meetings we have online, we have offline, we have to keep encouraging each other. I like spaces like this because we synchronize our wavelengths, our thought processes. We realize that we're not the only ones. I'm not the only one who is feeling pain for my country. I'm not the only one who is feeling I need change for a country, because the country, and trust me, no one is coming. No one, the Sudanese are not coming to fight for us. The Congolese are not coming to fight for us. The South Africans are not coming to fight for us. We have to secure our own freedom. And with that, that not only will it secure the freedom of Kenya, but that will start a chain reaction all over Africa. You do not know what you're doing. You do not know what you're doing. So I'll encourage you. The reason I like talking on spaces and I take the microphone whenever I get an opportunity is because I'm not only talking to you, I'm talking to everyone that you will talk to. So in your circles of influence, your family, start with your family, start with your siblings, start with your parents. Let them know. Tell them why we're on the streets. Tell them who Okia Mtata is. Tell them that we are not stopping. Like, we are only increasing the pressure now. We are now building momentum. Rome wasn't built in a day. If you study what happened in Bangladesh, it was on and off for 4 years until finally they disposed. They had that one trigger. And who knows that them capturing Kibet Bull, imagine an artist, a creative artist. If you put both of them side by side, Ruto is actively killing Kenyans. Someone has just drawn or used an AI image just to depict him and his government. Now his freedoms have been taken. So we have to be very much aware. A lot of the populace have decided to ignore what's going on, to keep on moving on with life. But we who are awake to what is happening, who feel the pains of our homeland, of our country, of our flag, your country, you hear the call, because not everyone hears the call. Some people are too deaf because wanatafuta riziki, you're looking for your next meal. You cannot hear that call when and that's how the ruling class stay in power. That's how the political class stay in power. And whenever we listen to we speak with one voice and we try to seek for justice, because I like the language you're using. They are political cousins. They come to each other's aid. If you study Rome, you see the Rome Empire, they had the Colosseum games, the gladiator games, just to keep the populace occupied. I'm so mad I went on